Hey guys, I'm Innaxe, AD carry for XL, and today I'll be doing a Lucian guide for you guys. So runes on Lucian, normally you have to go precision main. Right now on 9.4, Conqueror is quite broken, so you can go Conqueror, but otherwise you could just go press the attack because you can proc it really easily because of your passive, the double shot. So I'll go Conqueror, overheal, and then you have a choice between Alacrity and Bloodline. I personally prefer Bloodline just because it gives more gold value eventually, because you don't need the attack speed early on anyway. And then lastly on the main one is Coup de Grace. You can go cut down if enemy team has a lot of tanks, but because you build HP yourself with Black Cleaver, it's not that good on Lucian. So I would just go with Coup de Grace. And then secondary, you always go Sorcery and Mana Flow, no matter what. Nimbus Cloak, I know it looks cool to run down people with your ult and a bunch of movement speed, but it's really shit compared to Mana Flow Band. You would go Absolute Focus, even though it's nerfed. Lucian uses it really well because he has lifesteal, he's high HP, and you want to snowball with him. And then for stats, you go Attack Speed and Adaptive Force always. And then for the third slot, you can go any, depending on your lane matchup and the enemy team composition. For example, if you're playing against double mage bot, go MR. If you're playing against for example, Draven, you go Armor, and if you're playing against an enemy team with a lot of mixed damage, you can go Health, and that's about it. For skill order, you pretty much always want to go W first because you have Mana Flow Band and because it's really good poke, and it also gives you movement speed to trade. So normally you can just get the W and your passive autos in without them retaliating because you can just run away with the movement speed. Level 1 you go W. Level 2 you go E, pretty much always, and level 3 you go Q. After that you max Q into E, into W, and obviously you get your ult whenever you can. Basically how we want to play Lucian is you want to abuse his early to mid game because he's the strongest at that. So whenever you get Cutlass or Blade of the Rune King, you really want to look for fights and skirmishes or 2v2s in the bot lane. Basically how you want to play level 1 to 2 is level 1, normally you're stronger on Lucian than enemy. So what you want to do is you want to push the lane, but you want to push it slow. This is a lot better than pushing the lane like mindlessly as fast as you can, because then you can't really abuse. After that, you just want to keep on pushing your lead, always push the lane slow, stack waves. Sometimes you can freeze if you have, for example, Braum, Thresh, and enemy bot lane can't really walk up to CS. If you can do that, that's perfect. But what we normally want to do is just look for 2v2s in the bot lane because Lucian is just so strong early. Ideally, you want to base for Cutlass at 1.5k, or you can base at 900 for Vamp Scepter. So that's like the two bases. Once you get those, you can always look for trades. Even if you lose them, you'll just heal up because most AD carries don't build lifesteal early. Other than that, once you get Cutlass, you're normally level 6, 7. The thing I like to do on Lucian is whenever enemy comes back and I have Cutlass, I just literally dash like EW because it cancels animation, EW Cutlass, and I just ult them down. And they have to flash or heal because it's just so broken. And I think a lot of people don't respect this, even on champs like Ezreal, so they just walk up and then they just die or waste flash. So you just want to abuse the Cutlass spike as much as you can. Another thing you want to do, obviously you're gonna get plates eventually on Lucian because you're winning lane, but you also want to play with your jungler to get dragons, to invade enemy jungle, or to fight 3v3 bot lane just because of how strong you are. And after the first tower goes down, what you want to do is you want to swap to top side, unless there's an Infernal or a Mountain Drake, in which case you go bot, you call your jungler bot, push the wave, get dragon, and then you swap. That's like the perfect scenario of what to do. And then after you swap top lane, you normally have Ruined King, and when Lucian gets Ruined King, he is the strongest champion in the game. So what you want to do, you just want to fight as much as you can. Obviously don't run it down. Just call your jungler, play with your support, just fight as much as you can, get plates, snowball the map. So what you want to build second is Black Cleaver, pretty much 90% of the game. Some games you can go RFC, now that crit is buffed, but I personally like Black Cleaver more because of the CDR and the health. So you just go Bork, attack speed boots normally. You can go Tabai if enemy team has a lot of for example, Lee Sin Talon, stuff like this, you can go Tabai because you want to survive. And then you go Black Cleaver, and that's mid game. Once you get 2 items, that's another spike. So what you want to do is once you get bot tower, top tower, you want to try and go mid lane with your support and look for the mid tower. Obviously, if you can't, you just go to side lane, push the wave, rotate to mid, and try and get that mid tower as soon as you can. Once all those towers go down, then that's when like mid-late game starts. So what you want to do then is you want to look for 4v4s, 5v5s, depending on the team comp, because you pretty much win all of them because you're so far ahead of enemy. So you can just fight around Nash, fight around dragons, and just snowball the game through that. Your third item on Lucian should be Essence Reaver. The new one with the crit. It's just really good. You get 40% CDR. Always go Essence Reaver. So late game, how you want to team fight on Lucian is you want to obviously hit what's closest to you without being in danger, but you can also look for dashes forward whenever a carry missteps or enemy support missteps, because you have a lot of burst. So if for example you see enemy mid laner walk up, you dash, double auto, ult, and he's pretty much dead. So you can always look for openings, but because Lucian is so mobile, you can always just stay back and just kill the front line. And then you do more damage than the enemy to carry and you win. So just stay safe in fights and look for opportunities to go in, but don't go in mindlessly because you will lose the game that way. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to follow Innaxe on Twitch and Twitter if you want to see good plays.